Hi, attorneys, lawyers, and law firm business development people. Yes, you have a pipeline. Many times when I'm doing presentations at firms or working one-on-one with attorneys and we get to this section, they're like, oh my God, a sales pipeline? The S word. And they want to shut down. I don't have a pipeline. I'm not a salesperson. I'm a highly educated professional. Okay, great. Let's look at what it actually looks like. When you get to this point and when you make this realization to become more intentional, you'll say, wow, I am emboldened to embrace the word pipeline. My new business development book is out. What they didn't teach you in law school. I've been there, having to grow a practice, how to grow a thriving legal practice. This is out now. The link is in the description or the comments down below. It's $19.99 on Amazon in the paperback version. Super pleased that it's out. The way that I work with attorneys and with firms, I think goes over well in the content of this book also. I wish I'd known about this when I was a younger partner. I like the fact that it's in small pieces that I can do when I have time. I have a whole nother session on time that you might look at on my YouTube channel and how to better utilize your time. Um, Real world class business development coaching that comes from my many years of practice and growing legal practices, and then coaching for the last 15 years. And I want to help you solve that problem of they didn't teach me in law school how to do this. I'm a great lawyer. Hey, I'm a new associate. I'm a partner that wants to do better. I'm a practice group leader. Whatever you happen to be, or wherever you happen to be in your law career, you can get better at business development. You can grow your practice and grow your firm. It's all in this book. It's out now. Get a copy of it. So back to this session on pipeline. We come up to that, the graphic I'm going to show you in just a moment, when we're in the chapter on client outreach. When you are working with your clients and your referral sources, this is a great section on how to be more intentional, how to not be salesy, how to reach out once a quarter with meaningful, helpful, client-centered advice or input to them. And it goes over well. You stay top of mind. You're definitely going to grow your firm by recognizing this pipeline and recognizing these actions and getting a little organized, strategic, and intentional around that. We think of when we're talking about a pipeline, when I'm talking with attorneys or with groups, where does your business come from? Law firms that track their business report that, as you see there, 65% of their new matters come from existing clients. It might even be higher than that at many firms, right? What do they say? 80% of our business comes from our top 10% of our clients, right? So if you track where you're, depending on the type of firm you're in or the size of your firm, you'll see that the majority of new matters come from existing clients. Another big chunk of new matters comes from people that you already know, referral networks or clients. So 90% of new matters are coming from a source that you already know. 75% of new clients. So set new matters aside. Let's talk about where new clients come from. They come through your existing clients. They come from your people that you already know, your existing referral networks. Just those numbers right there are really stunning when you think about, oh my gosh, I do have a pipeline. Okay, I don't like using that word. I certainly don't like using the word sales pipeline, but Doug, thank you for pulling back the curtain and showing me that that process of new business coming into me is something that I should know, something I can control, and something that I can grow. Wow, understanding that pipeline. Hey, those last two boxes are really interesting as well. 92% of the time when somebody is looking for a lawyer to handle a problem for them, they reach out to a peer or a colleague. Hey, we're having this EPA regulation compliance issue. Didn't you have this last year? Who did you use? Oh, I used Robert Engel over at Engel and Hayes. They reach out to you. 92% of the time, like all of us as consumers of goods and services, we really value a referral. That's why people read those Amazon reviews and why it's so important to Amazon. Or you or me. Hey, I just moved into town and I need a dentist. Who do you use? Man, that is so valuable for you to have good quality reviews like that. And understand 92% of the time, that's the most important factor that people consider. 65% of the time, they hire you. Before that phone even happens, that phone call even happens, or that email comes in, hey, I hear that you do these EPA compliance issues. You're recommended to me, and here's our issue. Can we talk? They're already hiring you 65% of the time based on that referral to you. So again, this is a whole kind of the ecosphere of where your matters and where your clients come from. Knowing that and then being able to work that is really going to kickstart your growth. So what does it look like? How do I make that better? How do I be more intentional with it? Well, here you go. The level of engagement over time. If we look at these two factors, those X and Y coordinates, you'll see, like in the lower left-hand corner there, people that I just met at a conference. I've never known them before. We either connected with our phones on LinkedIn or however we're now connected. We exchange business cards, whatever it happens to be. You never know where that is going to turn, how that's going to turn out as far as a referral source or a client. So you increase over time, you increase your engagement with them. So nice to meet you at the conference. Hey, what did you think of that session? Oh, here are the takeaways. You mentioned you didn't get them. A couple weeks later, here's an article on that subject that was about your industry, as we were talking about at the coffee break. Here's an invitation to a webinar. You do this over time. This might take half a year. You're not bombarding them every week, but it's really important to make that connection quickly and to take several actions in the first 21 days, they say, to really make that new connection stick. You need to up your level of engagement with them over time. Then you kind of kick it into, all right, once a quarter, I want to stay in contact with that person. So there is a way to actually manage your pipeline. Yes, there's the P word, pipeline. But when we saw those stats from before and we look at this, it all hopefully makes sense. I cover it in the book. There are a couple of chapters that take these concepts and put them into very practical, actionable steps for you. But knowing this, knowing how to engage with people that you've never met or that you're somewhere in the middle with. We've talked to several times. They did send me a referral once. They're not going to be a client, but they could be a good referral source. Okay, how are you taking care of them on a quarterly basis? Oh yeah, they're the president of the Home Builders Association. They do send me real estate matters. Not theirs, but they know hundreds of people. Great. Man, I would be making sure to curate that referral source and understand that they fit in your pipeline. Growing your law firm, growing your legal practice is a series of small steps. In my book, I talk about a 15-minute a week session. You project managing yourself. I want to grow my firm. I want to grow my practice. What should I do on a regular basis? 3 little actions each week. Next week rolls around. Did I do those 3? Oh, one of them carries over. Now let me add 2 more. If you do this process, project manage yourself, make it small actions, small wins. You'll do more in the next 90 days than you've probably done in the last year. And you will see results in revenues, in your paycheck, in new clients, in increased referral sources. But don't get lost in, oh my gosh, it's such a huge project growing my firm. Get this book. See how you can do it in actionable, strategic ways that are based on small actions on a regular, consistent basis. So my book is out. Again, link down below in the description and comments. $19.99 for the paperback version. It's out. Get it. You'll be pleased that you did. I will as well. If you say, I'd like to see more before I take that step, before I spend $20. On my website, I have a free ebook, 35 plus pages, a lot of what's covered in the book, not all, but a lot of great information here for you for free. My gift to you, helping to solve that problem they didn't teach me in law school, how to grow my business. Well, I'm happy to. I work with a lot of attorneys on how to do this. I did it myself. Hey, here are some resources for you. There's my book. There's a free ebook. Please like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, reach out to me on LinkedIn and let's connect. Let me know if you have any questions. Doug, I was reviewing the session on pipelines and the levels of engagement you were talking about, whatever it happens to be. Should I consider this a referral source part of my pipeline or whatever your questions are? Happy to work with you. Look forward to working with you and thank you so much.